Hi guys, welcome to class. In today's class we're going to have a look at an article about why the UK is failing in producing good tech companies. So why, for example, lots of money is invested in education of people to go in these kind of industries, but Silicon Valley is kind of way ahead, yeah? So there's some kind of failure here. The government invests lots of money training people in Cambridge University, for example, to into computer science, things like this, but it's not converting. We don't have any major technical companies like America, yeah? So we're going to read this article. It's quite an advanced level article, and we're going to discuss this point. Okay, so we have already Jane, I'm here. We have Brenda and Sam. Cool. Hopefully you guys can join in very, very soon. I will send you the article in advance so you can see this beforehand. Okay, so here is the article. Okay, and it's quite difficult actually. So it's for advanced students. Of course, anyone is more than welcome if you think you're up for it. Okay, we have someone in the chat already, and that is Sam. Cool.
Hello, Martin.
How are you, Sam?
I'm fine, thank you.
Cool. Good to speak with you again.
Thank you. Likewise.
But you ditched my classes again, yeah? So maybe they're too easy for you. I think so. Okay, yeah. So
yeah.
we're talking about the body parts, yeah? So for you, I think you're an expert in this. That's all right.
The what?
The body parts. Earlier we were talking about body parts, like cheek and stuff like this. But you know all this.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not pro, but I know the basics.
Cool. Cool. Okay, so Sam, what have you been up to today?
Well, I think I burned my day again with sleeping.
What time did you wake up? Did you have like an extended siesta or something?
Yeah, like something like that. I'm supposed to sleep about 3 hours, but it got extended to 6 hours.
So in the morning?
Yeah.
What? So what at night? Not at night. So you woke up, you slept at night, then you slept what time? At what time in the morning?
I woke up about 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And slept again about 9 or 10 o'clock.
Okay. And then onwards.
I'm expected to wake up at 12, but I woke up at 3.
How much sleep did you have last night? How many hours?
It's about 5 or 6 hours.
5 or 6 hours, yeah? So together, you slept quite a lot, yeah? So that's quite good. Okay, so good to speak with you again, Sam. We have Jason.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Good to speak with you again. Are you okay?
Yes, I just nice to see you again.
Cool, me too, yeah? So good to speak with you again, Jason. Great, cool.
Yes.
And Peter is here.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Peter?
I'm fine. And
how are you, student? No, it's good. Okay, yeah, not too bad. Well, my other class is too easy for you today.
Yeah, well, so. That's why I was too scared to get in.
Okay, yeah, so too.
You know, I'm a very shy person.
Okay, yeah, so you didn't want to talk about your favorite body part, for example, yeah? So that
didn't want to intrude, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, and Jane is there.
Hi, matey.
How are you, Jane? Picky Jane.
Fine.
Jane the Picky Castro. How
getting very rude indeed. I think we should complain to verbally.
Okay, so Jane, how is your parrot?
It's fine.
It's okay. Fine. Yes, cool. Okay, so good to speak with you again, Jane.
I was sad, Peter suggest.
You were sad, did you say?
I was sad.
You were sad. Why were you sad?
No, accept. Sorry.
You accept. Okay, yeah. So
accept.
Okay, that's cool. So Jane, good to speak with you again. Abdullah is there.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. You know, you changed a lot because of Verbling. You know, Verbling destroys your character. It's amazing.
Oh no, this is the thing. Yeah. So the thing is, it's corrupted me maybe now. So
yeah.
Okay. So Abdullah, good to speak with you again.
Thank you. Likewise.
Cool. Okay, so in this class we're going to read an article. We're going to look at why the UK can't compete because of tech companies and stuff like this. So it's a very advanced article and lots of techie words that maybe I don't understand. But okay, we will have a look together, okay? So could you all open this up, please? And we'll have a look. Okay?
Done.
Cool. Okay, so Sam's got it. First of all, do you know about this? So have you heard? To be honest, I didn't know about this. To be frank, but Sam, did you know, for example, that the UK is rubbish in this sector?
In technology?
Yeah.
Yes, I know that.
Did you know that a lot of students study these kind of subjects, though?
I don't know that. I don't know that people study exactly why UK is rubbish in technology.
Okay, yeah, but I guess you've heard a lot about Silicon Valley. Do you know Silicon Valley?
No, but I heard this term before.
It is the microchip making industry in Silicon Valley.
So it's basically all these tech companies in San Francisco. For example, Verbling was created in Silicon Valley. So it's all these kind of new startup companies to do with technology or the internet and things like Google, for example, is in Silicon Valley. Facebook is in Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like an area in San Francisco, which is like a hub for these kind of companies, these kind of technology companies.
Yes, right. I wanted to ask you a question. Do you think Dell company is originally American or British?
Which one?
Dell.
Dell. I don't know about this one, but yeah, Dell. They make laptops and computers and stuff. But
Isn't it Irish? Dell?
Dell. I'm not sure. Let's have a look.
I think it's Irish, no?
I struggle to believe that it'll be British, but we'll see. Okay. Let's see.
Be hopeful. Think positive.
If it is British, then it's not that bad.
Right. Okay.
I think the headquarters are now in Ireland, in Dublin or somewhere.
Dell American. Let's have a look. Dell is an American. Of course, it's American. Yeah. So, why would I think that we would produce anything like this? Okay. So, no, it's an American company. But now you're saying their headquarters are in Ireland.
Well, European at least. Well, I'm not really sure, but I know. I think the European headquarters are in Ireland.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So
I think most companies go to Ireland to to avoid taxes.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
it's very cheap, and also there's lots of incentives because the economy in Ireland is not so good at the moment. So the government are like, yeah, if you come, we'll give you this benefit, we'll give you this, and lots of technology companies start to operate from Ireland. Like they make games and stuff, like computer games and stuff. I think in some places. Okay, so this is the problem. They're saying that we're making a lot of effort in trying to build up these industries, but we have nothing. Yeah. Relative to the amount of people who study these kind of stuff, if they're talented, they go to Silicon Valley. We don't maybe have an industry ourselves, although there is a part in London where we're trying to develop this. But let's read this and discuss. But how is it, would you say, in Germany, Peter? So with technology companies, do lots of people study kind of computer science and computer engineering and stuff like that?
I'm not really sure. I've never went to university. I think the South is quite good with it.
But for you, you have like these
Munich,
kind of companies.
Stuttgart, around that region somewhere. And I think even in Eastern Germany, in some parts of Eastern Germany, they are doing quite well.
Okay, like
Tech companies,
tech
solar
and
energy and that stuff.
yeah. Okay, so it's interesting.
Size is in Eastern Germany.
But Germany is also makes a lot of cars and stuff like that. So you have like this kind of technology, I guess.
Okay, I live in northern Germany and we have a big Mercedes-Benz company here. They have 2,000 over 2,000 employees currently.
Whoa!
So it's a big outlet here.
Quite big and stuff, yeah. But the techie guys, I don't know if they would go to Silicon Valley, yeah. I don't know. Does anyone do anything to do with technology? So computer science, or does anyone? So Jason, yeah. So if, for example, you were a computer scientist, or you were really, really talented with technology and stuff. Would you stay in your country, and is there this kind of industry in your country, or would you go to another country, Jason?
Pardon? I can't hear you really clearly. Can you repeat?
No worries, Jason. Okay, so if you were a computer scientist or a computer engineer, like Sam just said he is,
Yes.
is there a future in China for this industry? In the UK, they're saying that this industry is very, very not so good, and people go maybe to America or go to other countries. Jason, where would you go if you were a computer scientist or a computer engineer? Where would you want to go for it?
Okay, I think I would go to America.
Yeah, and it's maybe the most obvious one. So Silicon Valley and stuff. Okay, that's cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Jane, what would you say?
Sorry about computers.
Yeah, so I said the C word, you're like, yes. And also I said the CE word, yes, I'm a computer engineer. Okay, so Jane, okay, so what about in your country? Is there this kind of technological industry?
Yes.
And also, Hermine says Japan is the leader, yeah? So with this kind of thing, also maybe, I don't know, if okay, Sam, please give us an explanation. You seem to know. Yeah, I have no idea. So tell us.
Well, I think the United States has the biggest industry in technology, especially if you think about laptops and well, maybe the factories are in China, but well, the headquarters, or let's say the owner of the company, is usually Americans.
Yeah.
And all the other well-known technologies such as Google, Facebook, and all these state-of-art technologies are in the United States, and not everyone can go there. You need to be very talented. You need to be very special. There are a lot of computer engineers and IT scientists, but it's not that easy. There are too much of us, so they need to pick.
So they pick the best of the best, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing. They can afford to be choosy. They can afford to be picky. If there's lots, but where would you go, Sam? So, what about in Spain and Syria? So, would you want to stay in either of these countries for your work, or somewhere like going to America?
Unfortunately, such jobs are very rare in Syria and Spain.
And is this something that maybe the governments want to change? Yeah, because I guess in the UK they're training all these people and they're going to other countries, and the other countries benefit from the training that maybe the government has invested in them. And they're saying, well, hang on a minute, we're spending a lot of money on their training, but we've got no industry. We're not getting our money back. Yeah. So is it something you think the Spanish government or the Syrian government want to change?
Well, I don't know about this, but I know that. Well, even in well, you can't find these industries except in the major industrial countries such as Japan, China, UK. I mean, not UK. Germany, yes. United States, maybe Canada, but that's it. Maybe yes, and France. Maybe they have Philips. It's not bad, but. And as you see, this is only in the major industrial countries, but second-grade countries, no, I don't think it will be that easy to find such companies.
Okay, yeah. So would go abroad for this kind of thing. Okay, so Abdullah, what would you say in Germany? So you have lots of like technology stuff, yeah. So I guess you have Grundig. So
Grundig is not German anymore. It's Turkish.
Who owns it?
There are lots of there were lots of German companies who are now no German anymore, like Peter said. And what I mean, I'm not so familiar with technical stuff. I'm not a tech geek like other people. But I just know that that Germany hires employees from India and from Pakistan.
Yeah.
I mean to study here in Germany. But as I said, I'm not so familiar with technical stuff. So
So me too, yeah. In terms of this kind of area, I'm not so, I don't know so much about it, but I thought it was quite interesting the point that it's true, not just technology or whatever, but I don't know if this happened, Peter. Like for example, your government invests in the training of people in a particular industry, but you know these people go abroad, yeah. And I don't know if it's the same. For example, people coming to Germany get trained in their country, get the government support for their education, and then Germany benefits, or another country
Well,
benefits.
the problem currently in Germany is people are not really keen to come to Germany because the company don't usually pay enough. So they would get much more money in the United States on in other countries
Okay,
compared
yes,
to Germany, and even German specialists leave for other countries like America. So,
Okay, yeah,
or,
because
well, Sweden, Norway, they pay much more. Finland is quite good.
yes, Finland's good.
Telecommunication, Nokia.
Yeah, so that's cool. So I don't know if it's the same. So Jane, is it so that maybe lots of people study a particular subject in your country or train? It doesn't have to always be studying. It could be like a training program or something. They learn a particular industry. They study to work in a particular industry, but your country maybe cannot provide them jobs because there's no companies in this area. Yeah, does this happen in your country, Jane?
Yeah, it happens a lot. In some fields, the best companies, they really invest on research and programs. They are in German. So people need to move to German.
Okay, so they'll go to.
For yeah.
Oh, that's delicious. I can. Sorry. My housemate's, I think, cooking
Marmite?
something really nice. No, it smells so good. I'm gonna have to find. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I can't describe the smell, but it's really, really good.
Share with us.
Sorry.
Share with us this good smell.
No, so that we should have this. Yeah, not just a webcam, but like a smell thing. But very good. That's it. Cool.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Maybe similar to Marmite.
Yeah, no, not quite. Yeah, so I'm thinking more vinegar. No, anyway.
Now he's hooked on Marmite.
Not about the vinegar and Marmite, yeah? So, although you can put
They actually
Marmite
talked about Marmite ice cream yesterday, I think, somewhere.
Yeah,
Saw
we were
that,
talking about what flavour ice
in a
cream we had.
recording somewhere yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, so in that case, right, let's go on to look at this article. Right, okay, so, can everyone see this? I think I sent it to you. I'll send it to you again, just in case you haven't been able to see it or whatever. Nano electronics, really quickly, Sam. Can you give us a dummy guide to nano electronics?
I think I'm not sure about this because I never studied anything specific about this because not my specialization.
Yeah.
But it is a big sector now, and it's the future. It's about making the electronic devices much smaller, and like for example, if you see the old mobile phones, they're almost like a big rock. You can hit the car with it. But today's iPads and these big screens and very skinny this is then like nanotechnology.
So making things very, very, very small. So smaller is better, and size is making it smaller. But although I don't know, that's changing a bit now. If you go into a gadget shop, okay, you have iPad mini, but also some of the phones, the screens are getting bigger, and the phones are actually getting bigger. I've noticed. Yeah, have you seen?
Thank God.
But it's only the screen, not the
actual technology behind it.
Yeah, the screen is in your benefit. The size of the screen is in your benefit, not against it. But the weight or the size that you don't really get used you don't really use it, this is against your benefit. For example, if you have a phone that is 3 centimeters, that has a width of 3 centimeters, that is useless. But if you have a phone that is about 3 millimeters, that is beautiful.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, cool. So Sam is a fan of Japanese nanotechnology. Okay, so what would you say, Peter? So did you ever have a brick?
Well, I still have a brick. Thank God for that, because I hate those very modern mobiles. They are not useful anymore because they are so tiny now. No? It's difficult to actually find the microphone. Because when you hold them to your ear, the microphone might be miles away from your mouth. No?
And you're like, well, hello. Yeah. Okay, so Peter, what can you do on your phone? And what do you do on your phone?
Well, the main thing I do with my mobile is doing phone calls, and SMS.
The other features and
I'm
things.
old-fashioned.
Okay, no, but
I could actually go onto the internet if I had a contract for that, but I don't want to.
Okay, yes, it's not.
Be reachable all the time. I like
That's
to
the point, and that's the thing.
From time to time.
Sam, you said it's beautiful, like this kind of technology and stuff. But based on what Peter said, do you think there are some disadvantages to it? Yeah. So. I know it's going away from the point, but just wait. Are you always reachable, Sam?
Maybe. Well, yes. This nanotechnology is not necessarily about the size. For example, for the same size, you can embed more technology. But of course, if you give me an old phone and a new phone, a new style phone, which is the very tiny one, well, I prefer. I'm still the old style fan. But
yeah. So you're a fan of the old style phones?
Yes.
Who else? By the way, they say the best phone ever invented was Nokia 3310. Yeah.
Nokia. I still have a Nokia.
You too? Me too.
It actually has still real keys.
And can you play Snake?
These I don't know what the name for that is. If you have big fingers, it's hard to actually hit the right numbers.
Don't know if it's touchscreen or something, but proper keys, proper buttons, and is it a 3310, Peter?
I don't know.
Okay, no.
It's a Nokia.
Yeah, I have a 3330.
No, that's too advanced. Yeah, so I think Nokia 3310 is good.
Okay.
Look at this one. I don't know if it's similar. This thing. Can you see
Hold on a second. I have a look.
This one. And do you play Snake, Peter?
Well, I do actually.
You play.
Yeah.
I think the best game ever invented. Yeah. So Snake.
Space Impact. There's another one. No.
Snake it all the way.
Okay. You snaking it.
Yeah, I think Snake was good. Does anyone else have this phone or had this phone? Jane, did you? I mean, what kind of phone do you have?
Phone?
Yeah, what kind of
phone?
phone? Yeah, what kind of phone do you have?
I have just the basic mobile because I don't have money to buy.
Is it?
an
Yeah.
iPhone.
Is it Nokia? Is it Sony Ericsson?
I don't know. I think it's I don't remember.
It phones. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. I
Okay.
can
Yeah.
talk to people.
Yeah. You know,
It's enough.
I have been using my Nokia for 10 years, right? Yeah, it's for 10 years. I've been using it.
And it still works.
Yeah, it still works, you know. Still works. It has a little bit some damages, but there's just a little bit.
And if you drop the phone, does it break?
No, that's the good things about Nokia. It's unbreakable.
Are you sure about that? Have you tried it?
The thing is, it's like with the iPhone and stuff.
Yeah.
I have a friend who would always break the screen. It's so
Yeah.
easy to break.
Yeah.
And annoying, yeah, because they have to pay for it to get it repaired and it's expensive. Just think, yeah. But Jason, what would you say? There are some Chinese brands coming out now. So Huawei, I can't say it. There's some
Huawei.
Chinese. Yeah. How do you say it? Hawaii? Is it just Hawaii?
Huawei.
Oh, I thought you said Hawaii. Okay, Huawei. Okay,
Yeah.
Jason, do you know this brand, Huawei?
So again, oh yes, I knew it. Yes,
Okay,
it
and-
is famous in China right now.
Okay, and how popular is it?
Many old people like to use Huawei very much, but more young people like to use iPhone or iPad.
Okay, yeah, so
But-
foreign brands, yeah, not domestic brands. And it's the thing, yeah, so I read about in Japan, about the technology side, because they were famous for this industry, that more people are deciding to use American brands, yeah, like Apple and stuff like that, rather than Japanese brands and stuff. So I don't know if that's the same. But Peter, what about in Germany? Do Germans generally like to buy German brands or foreign brands?
Are you talking about mobiles?
About anything, really.
Well, I think it depends on the age group. Older people still prefer, I think, to buy German products,
Yeah.
if they are still,
Yeah.
because Grundig, for example, is now Turkish. Many other well-known brands, formerly German brands, are now Chinese.
Yeah.
So you really you are not really sure if it's really made in Germany,
Yeah.
because usually it's made in China or somewhere else.
Okay, and that's the thing, yeah. So you can't always
mean-
tell.
I mean, even I think even Sony products are not entirely made in Japan anymore. They're usually made in China or made in Korea or so.
Okay, yes, that's interesting. Okay, so in that case, let's have. Yeah. Sorry, did someone say something?
Mm.
Jason?
Yes.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't know if you said something. I just heard hello or something like this. Okay, let's go to this article and let's talk about what it's saying really. Okay, so who would like to make us start reading this?
May I?
Yes, please, Abdullah.
Okay. Why can't the UK produce world-beating tech companies? It was a birthday party and the mood was celebratory. Luminaries past and present from across the UK's computing industry had gathered to mark the 75th anniversary of the Cambridge University Computer Laboratory. But there was also one nagging question: why does a city and a country which have played such a huge part in the history of the computer still produce so few world-class technology companies?
Okay, let's stop there for a minute. Okay, was that clear so far? Did you understand what it was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, any new words? So luminaries.
What
Well-known people.
Yeah, it's like people, former pupils, I guess, former students of Cambridge University Computer Laboratory. It's like alumni, I think. Alumni? Or
Alumni are past students from universities.
But lumin, it sounds the same. It sounds similar.
Luminary. I think it's a person who is an
Alumni.
expert,
It's the person who's an expert.
or has a great influence in a special area or activity.
Thank you for your English class. Cool. Okay, so I didn't know this, but that's cool. Okay, so I assumed it was linked. But that's what don't assume, because if you assume you. Okay, do you know this expression?
No.
If you assume, it only makes an ass out of you and me.
Ah.
Do you know this? Okay.
Oh, I don't know what this
You know, you're
assume.
so spoiled brat. Thanks Nothing's mumbling.
Okay, don't assume. Yeah? So I was assuming. Yeah, I was assuming. Okay, so sorry, Sam. Okay, so in that case, right, let's go. So luminaries past and present across the UK's computing industry has gathered to mark the 75th anniversary of the Cambridge University Computer Laboratory. Okay, that was quite clear, right? So together.
To get together.
Yeah.
Together.
To come together. Okay. So together. But there was also one nagging question. What does this mean? A nagging question.
Annoying.
Yeah. So your parents could nag at you, or you could nag at someone, and that means. 1 second.
Like biting your head.
It's like, don't do this, do this, do that, don't do that. This when parents, for example, nag. Yeah. So clean your room. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's nagging. But has been nagging is kind of like this voice in the back of your head, which is telling you, why hasn't this happened? Why is this not good as it should be? Okay.
Yes.
So this question is in the back of their head all the time, constantly. They're thinking about it a lot. Okay. There was also one nagging question. Why does a city and a country which have played such a huge part, I don't know about this, the history of computer, whatever, but still produce so few world-class technology companies? Sam, do you know about the history of the computer industry?
History of computer engineering.
Or the computer industry in general?
In Britain, I think they are talking about, no? Because there used to be a tiny computer called, what was it called? Z80 or so? Well known, very popular in the 80s.
Okay, yes.
I never had that one because it was quite expensive, but it was really famous.
So if you look back and if you look, I don't know, some archives or whatever, and you can see the adverts for advertising the computers and the phones, like in the 70s or whatever, so expensive, thousands of pounds for something that now we think, yeah, so we wouldn't give £2 for it in a car boot sale. Yeah? But yeah, I guess it was quite expensive. I'm not sure. Okay, so there is also one nagging question. Why does a city in a country which play? Yeah, okay, that was clear. World class. What does this mean? World class.
Very
World
good.
class, like in
Level 8.
the international standard.
Like Facebook, for example, is a world class company. Or
So very popular.
yeah, something that's very big. Mercedes is world class. I'm trying to think of other brands. McDonald's, yeah, it's world class, but yeah, okay. So things like that. So it's saying that the UK, according to this article, I don't know about it, but apparently played a huge part in the history of the computer. But despite all this input, the companies we produce are relatively rubbish. Yeah, the pants. According to compared with other companies.
Yes, right.
Okay, so who would like to read the next bit?
I can go.
Yes, please.
A strange question to ask, perhaps, in lecture theater packed with successful alumni of the lab. Some companies like ARM and CSR, which have thrived in Cambridge. After all, this is a city where academia and business have combined very fruitfully in the past 2 decades.
Meaning what? Okay, so what did you understand in this paragraph? Did someone just join us? I heard a beeping. No, I didn't think so. Oh yeah. We've got two Abdullahs. Okay, so Abdullah Hagos. Okay, can't hear you just yet. We'll come back to you. Okay.
Maybe he's logging.
Oh yeah, I think so. It could be. Okay, so
Hello?
Jane. Oh yeah, perfect. Cool, Abdullah Hagos. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Nice to speak with you.
Me too.
Perfect, cool. Okay, so we need to distinguish. We'll say, okay, I'll call Abdullah Hagos. Is that okay if I call you? Because there's two Abdullahs, yeah? So,
Yeah, you can call me Hagos.
cool. I'll call you Hagos, yeah? Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, did you manage to follow what we were talking about by any chance? Have you managed to follow so far? Did you understand what we've been talking about?
No.
No worries. Okay, so we're talking about like the technology industry and things like this, and we're reading an article together. Okay, so I'll send you the article. You should be able to see it on the Verbing chat box. Oh yeah, it's there. Thank you. Cheers, Abdullah. Cheers. Okay, and just follow this, and I'll continue talking with the others, and we'll come back to you. Okay. So,
Okay.
Jason, what did you understand in that paragraph? What did you understand it to mean? So, but there was one a strange question to ask. This paragraph. What did you understand by this? Well, I think there's some background noise. Jason?
Okay, Henry.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so what did you understand that paragraph to mean?
Sorry, I don't understand it very. Actually, I don't understand it very clearly.
No worries. Yeah, so there's problem hearing. All right. Peter, yeah, I can hear some background noise. I'm not sure if it's. I'll just mute some people at random. Okay, that's okay. I think it's okay now. Okay, so Peter, what did you understand that paragraph to mean?
Well, they had some very successful companies in the past in Cambridge, but they kind of, well, vanished. They are not anymore.
Gone, yeah, so gone to the dust. But they're saying this is a city where academia and business have combined very fruitfully in the past 2 decades. What's academia? Or academia? Academia.
These so-called intelligent people.
The academic types, yeah? So,
Highly educated people.
yes, the ones in the gowns, yeah? So Cambridge University, they wear these kind of gowns I've seen. Have you heard about this?
Well, I see that quite often because where I live, there's an international university, and they throw up their kind of hats every year. Once a year, they throw them up into the air when they pass their exams.
To graduate, but there's like this tradition in Cambridge University, but to go to dinner, so they organise dinners for each department, and the girls have to wear a particular gown, and I'll just show you 1 second. Very,
like
what I see academia. So Cambridge gown.
Looks like a cloak almost, no?
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, so they would wear this to go to dinner and things like this. Okay, and it's very traditional. Oh no, that's not it. That's why did it come up with Middleton? Okay, so anyway.
They look like that in Cambridge.
No, they don't, unfortunately not.
That's a special cloak.
No, yeah, okay, so academia.
Yeah. I think you can actually buy that second-hand, no? If you're not that wealthy. I heard something like that. They have second-hand stores for that in Cambridge and other parts.
I guess so, yeah, so former students would flog them and stuff. But yeah, so they're saying in the past, academia and business kind of worked well together in Cambridge. It was a good mix. They could get some good graduates, and they could work in the companies, work well, and help build the companies up, I guess. Yeah. So before it happened, but now they're saying, well, maybe not. Okay. So thrived, to thrive. What does this mean? When something thrives.
To flourish, to start it successfully.
To be successful, yes.
Yeah.
Being very successful. So Abdullah, yeah. So or I don't know if someone has a business, I could say, oh Peter, your business is thriving, or Sam, yeah. It's usually like something to do with a business. So it's thriving, meaning you're getting a lot of work, you're getting a lot of money, and everything's going well. Yeah. So the business is healthy. So it's thriving. So in the past, the businesses were thriving, but now, wait, what does it say? Which have thrived in Cambridge. So these companies have benefited from being in Cambridge. Who's that? We have Mohammed.
We can't hear you, Mohammed. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Now we can hear you. Cool. Okay, so Mohammed, nice to speak with you. Where are you from?
Thank you. I'm from Iran.
Cool. Okay, so nice to meet you.
Me too.
Cool. And we're talking about an article which I've attached onto the Verbling chat box. Okay, so you should be able to see this in the right hand corner. We're just reading this in and discussing. Okay, so we'll come back to you. But good that you joined us. Cool. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Thrive, yeah. So to thrive, you can say business is thriving, the market is thriving, as in if you, or the town is thriving. You could say the town is thriving because lots of people are going to the shops, lots of people are spending the money, and everything's busy in the city centre. The city is thriving. Yeah. So, sorry, Sam.
The golden age of the
Yeah, the golden age. Yeah, it's thriving. It's doing really well. It's the good days. Like the boom period. We have boom bust. The boom period is the bit where it's everything's developing very, very well. Okay, a strange question to ask perhaps in a lecture theatre packed with successful alumni of the lab. Some from companies we work very fruitfully. What does this mean?
in very productive way. Productive.
Yeah, so fruitfully, when something's fruitfully, it yielded fruit, meaning it produced something very, very good, as in success, you could say. So fruitfully, it's been successful. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, in the past 2 decades, yeah, I guess you know what decades are and stuff. What a decade is and what decades are. So, what is a decade? Yep. Peter, yes, please.
Does anyone know the companies? I might have heard of CSR. I think they
no
produce cash registers and stuff like that. But I've never heard of ARM.
No. Yeah. So this is the point: is that actually maybe the architecture for the digital world.
Or is it ARM like the new processors, the computer processors called ARM?
Okay, so this is ARM. It's digital world. I don't know, but this is one technological company we have. But of course, it's not like any big brand that we know. So it's computer processing and things. Sam, have you heard of this company? You kind of are in this field.
No. ARM,
Okay,
no. The main companies that are the best in the microprocessors industry are Intel and AMD.
Yeah. Okay, so it's, they're the big players. This company is, I guess, it's maybe more domestic. So they make chips for digital TV set-top boxes, like Sky TV. If you have this in your country,
that's very popular in Britain.
What was that?
Set-top.
Set-top. Yeah, is it?
See all the advertising for that stuff.
The thing is, it's really, really popular, but Germany is maybe not so popular, right?
Well, because it's free. In Britain, you have to pay for Sky for everything. Even ITV, you can't even watch ITV on the website anymore. Only for a couple of days, and after that, you have to pay for it.
Oh, yeah. So it's
to view it.
But do Germans watch so much TV?
Yeah, I think it's not very different, but most of our channels are still free.
Okay, yeah. So, but we get the free ones like BBC, which is like state.
BBC is not free. You have to pay for a license.
Oh yeah, effectively. But that's no, you're not paying directly the BBC. You have to pay regardless if you watch the BBC. So this license, we have this system. I think I don't know if it's similar into the UK.
The license is pretty expensive.
Yeah, and the license maybe it's now. Well, last time I checked, it was £145.50.
It was always expensive. I mean, when I was in Britain in the 80s, it was already expensive. But what I don't know about now.
It's about just a license to watch TV is maybe $230 per year.
And the funny thing is, they still have a black and white license or for color TV.
It's like half the price or so.
I found very funny indeed. Who is still watching in black and white today?
Yeah, you pay less money for this license fee. This is why, guys, it's probably difficult for you to watch BBC shows in your countries because because you don't pay the license fee, they say, right, okay, you don't pay the license fee, you're not watching our shows. And if you've tried to watch iPlayer or whatever, it's annoying because, for example, I can't watch it when I go abroad or whatever, because even though in the UK I'd pay the license fee, yeah, because I don't know, proxy service or whatever. So, Jane gets her entertainment from Verbling.
and it's free.
And you don't need a set top. You don't need a set
And
top.
it's for free. This is bad.
You don't have to pay a
And
license.
no advertising yet.
No
Oh, amazing.
We don't have
Oh,
any
good
commercial
time.
breaks in between.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Yeah,
So actually, that
fantastic.
don't say that too loud. Maybe they get an idea. So every 10 minutes they get to flash up something.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I don't know. Now you suggest the idea. Someone's listening. Yeah. So there you
Well,
go, guys.
I wouldn't mind 5 minutes in between classes because that way you can actually go to the toilet. So like
So
a
actually,
toilet
that's a good
break.
idea. Yeah? So between
commercial
classes, not in the
toilet
middle of
break.
classes. So there you go,
No.
guys in San Francisco. You heard it here first. Yeah. So this is okay. Get some cash in there.
Burbling, don't listen.
Okay, so that's cool. Mohammed, okay, so what would you say to this? Yeah, so we're talking basically about the fact that lots of people maybe study computer science, lots of people train to go into these areas, but there's no real industry in the UK for this, really. Yeah, so there's not any world-class technological companies. Okay, have you heard about this, Mohammed?
I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't have any idea.
No worries, no worries. But for example, if you named some technology companies, none you could probably think of. Probably no British ones, yeah. So more maybe American, Japanese, German, even things like that. Okay, so did anyone else join? Okay, Abdullah, what would you say to this? Abdullah Hagos.
Yeah, we're talking about what?
So I don't know what's it like in your country. So is there a sector that maybe people want to study? People want to study in this area, but they can't maybe find a job afterwards because there are no companies in this area in your country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Okay. Yeah, I think I worded it bad. Yeah. So the problem is in the UK. They're saying that there's not enough companies being created in the technology field, despite lots of people studying this area and lots of people wanting to work in this area in technology. Despite this, not so many good companies are being created. Okay.
Yeah.
How is it in your country? Is there a field? Is there an area where lots of people study? And you'd say the people are competent, but it doesn't reflect in new companies being created, like Apple, for example. Yeah, Apple's a very big company. Everyone knows it, but we don't have these companies that everyone knows about. Yeah.
Sorry, teacher, I didn't understand.
No worries. Okay, we'll come back. No worries. It was actually quite. I think the way I worded it was quite complicated. Yeah, so sorry about that. But we'll go and we'll come back. Okay, so that was.
Talk about this.
Sorry.
May I talk about this?
Yes, please, Mohammed.
Yes. I think I've heard news about football teams in UK.
Okay.
It was about this problem that why private teams are good in international competitions, but the national team is not very good in World Cup. I think there is. I don't have any idea about UK, but it may relate. For example, when I was reading that report, it was about that most of the players in UK teams were from outside of UK.
Yeah.
And for this, for example, Spain, the national team of Spain are playing in their own teams. That was a problem that they were talking about, that it may be related to this point that the national team has been weakened.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have any idea about UK. That's why the companies in UK are are not very large and very powerful in this field. But in my country, we have the same problem. We don't have a very powerful companies in IT, but we have very good students in universities that are educated to do their best. One of them is myself. That I do some projects individually, but I don't have and I don't know any company that I come with them. It's mine.
And for you, so where would you go? So you're in this area. We were talking earlier about Silicon Valley. So like this produces lots of good companies and stuff. And lots of people from around the world are drawn to Silicon Valley, and they're not thinking about their own countries. They're thinking, okay, make it big in Silicon Valley. So Mohammed, would you be interested to go to Silicon Valley?
I'm interested in what?
In going to Silicon Valley. In San Francisco, where Facebook is based, where Google is based, where even
Yes, I've heard about this, and Microsoft, of course.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Okay, and what? Yeah, and that's the thing. So this is the problem maybe of our countries, like the UK. They're saying, well, why are we letting them go? We should maybe create an industry. But equally, you can't force someone to start a company. Yeah? You can't say you must start a company. It's personal choice, I guess. Yeah. So, okay. In that case, let's go on. We've got some minutes left, so let's try and continue with this and see if we can get a greater idea. Okay. So, who would like to read the next paragraph? The next two paragraphs, please. Okay, I'll choose someone. Let's choose
me. No.
Yes, please, Abdullah.
Okay.
It's me here.
Sorry, here is some noise and I can't do it. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. But in a lecture on what he's learned about innovation, Mike Lynch, who's the founder of another Cambridge Technology success story, autonomy bemoaned the fact that all the brilliant work done by the university scientists had failed to translate into many big hitters in the FTSE 100.
So we say FTSE, yes. So this is like our stock market thing. I don't know, what is it in Germany? Does anyone know? So this
DAX,
is like the DAX. Okay, so this is like the top 100 companies.
Ah, okay.
The FTSE 100.
FTSE 100. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So the FTSE 100 are the top 100 companies in the UK, but
top
basically this
companies.
No, general companies, any companies.
General?
So yeah, for example, Tesco would be in the FTSE 100.
Oh, okay.
I'll get a list, but they're saying that the problem is that not so many of these companies, not so many of the companies in the FTSE 100 are technology companies. They're in other areas.
What does it stand for? FT. SE stands for stock exchange, but FT?
No idea. 1 second. So we call it the FTSE, but it doesn't say what it stands for. I'm not sure.
Financial. Because T would.
Financial Times
technology.
Stock. Financial Times Stock.
Financial Times. Okay, that makes sense.
That's interesting. Yeah. So, for example, the top companies, there's for example Royal Dutch Shell, there's HSBC, BP, Vodafone, British American Tobacco, all these kind of companies, Tesco. Top companies in the UK. They can be, I think, they can be foreign companies with divisions in the UK. The biggest companies operating in the UK, biggest divisions. So these are ITV, for example, is there, and these are the top 100 companies operating in the UK or with offices in the UK, something like this. And this
in the top 100. Wow.
Yep. For some reason, Aviva. This is an insurance company.
Wow. Must be
Lloyds.
very influential.
Well, so the top ones.
A television company.
I'm surprised that Morrison's supermarket is there. Yes, that surprises me.
Okay.
But there's one guy, a property company, one person's property company is in there. That's quite impressive. TUI. So this is a German company, but this is just referencing their UK division. This would be.
And what about Virgin? Because Virgin is quite big.
I don't think Virgin will be there. So Virgin is actually the companies. The individual companies are very small. Apart from Virgin Atlantic, that's probably the biggest one. But the other companies are quite small. He just has lots of them. But the brand is big. The companies are just quite small. So I don't know if Virgin's there. No, I think it's quite too small or whatever. But yeah, okay. So these, so the main ones are like oil and BP and things like that. Okay, so that's the FTSE 100. And they're saying, well, if you look down, hardly any of them are like, you wouldn't see Facebook here. Of course, that's an American company, but things like this, they're just food shops and stuff, which isn't so interesting. Sky B is there, so that's the one who produces the set-top boxes, Sky TV. Cool. Okay, so I guess you guys have this kind of thing in your country. Any last comments before we go about maybe the situation in your country with the companies or anything that you've heard about the UK or whatever? Kimo is here. Are you there, Kimo?
Yes.
Okay, so
yes, I'm here.
Good to speak with you, Kimo. Where are you from?
Egypt.
Great, nice to meet you. We've almost run out of time.
To your class. Yes, this is my first class with you.
Oh, no worries. Okay, so welcome, Kimo. But any last comments? Mohammed, can we hear you?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Oh, we've got two Mohammeds. Yes. Yeah, so Mohammed, Madi, we've got two Abdullahs and two Mohammeds. This is interesting. Okay, so we've got Abdullah, Mohammed. Now we need two Peters, yeah? So, have we got two Sams as well? Wait. Really weird. I want a class with all like one person's name. That'd be very fun. Okay, so guys, we've run out of time very, very quickly. Any more comments before we go? Was that all right? Okay, in that case, guys, take care and hopefully speak to you soon in a future session, okay?
All right.
Have a good
teacher.
Have a nice day. Bye, guys.
Thank you.